So when I send him the music now, him said to me, you don't know the bigger artist. I'm like, yeah man, I know a bigger artist man. But that time I don't know no other bigger, I don't know no bigger artist, right? Then I say when you travel to Kingston, you can't break no jewelry, no chain because them have a
go rob
that.
Yeah.
So you know come from Kingston and you know them I set up for robbery and stuff like that. So I spend like 2 hours at the bus terminal place where them people take bus and it's an old lady me see.
LiveFast Jamaica.
Welcome again to our next episode of 10 Startup to Success. So today we are here with AUDLEY Green, one of the most famous photographers out of Senton. So today we're going to get to talk a little bit about the history, how he got to where he is today. So what go on, AUDLEY?
Yeah, nice day. Yeah, nice to have me here.
Yeah, man. So when the original concept for the show came about, you were one of the persons where we definitely did have as a main guest. So we say, yo, we need to get AUDLEY on the show because our journey would have probably intertwined with some part of yours at later on. So I want if you just tell the people who is AUDLEY Green.
I'm a photographer from the North Coast side, which, you know, most people know me from in between Ochiros to Portland to Negril side. So, you know, we've been doing photography for over 15 years now. This year make 15 years. So we have a quite amount of experience and knowledge when it comes to photography, not just in Jamaica, but internationally.
Okay, nice. All right, just give me a small recap as to your growing up in school and...
Well, I was born in Manchester. A lot of people do not know that.
Me never know.
Me never remember sleep on my birthday. So, you know, because my parents was living in Cave Valley at the time, you know.
Cave Valley is in Manchester?
It's in Senton, but, you know, it's on the border between.
Okay. Regardless, that was Senton, but alright.
Yeah, man. And then, you know, I went to school in Brownstown, you know, from basic school, got to primary school. I think I changed school from when I reached like grade 4. I migrated to live in Prairie with my father, you know. So for that time, I've been in Prairie through primary school and high school. So, yeah.
Okay, so with photography, because we know you as a photographer, was photography something you were interested in while going to school, or it was something you got interested in later on?
No, photography was never on my mind, never. But I like music, so I used to love music. So I wanted to be an artist at one time, but you know.
Remember, but we soon touch right there, so still, you know.
Yeah, man. So it was based off me. I always loved gadget fooling around computers when I was going to school. Left school, go straight to the studio because I never have a computer for myself. But the love of photography or videography come in because I wanted to shoot videos. It's when one of my friend, my close friend, Shakespeare, linked me and tell me, say, him meet this white woman that wanted to shoot a video for him. And so if me can edit it. So that was my first ever video. You know, I try edit. Then,
stick up in. Yeah. So you mentioned editing. So you had any experience with editing before that, or this was your first attempt?
You know, I always fool around software, like Vegas software, stuff like that when I used to become like to do editing. So we usually just do the basic just to see how it goes, to match voice, to cut clips, etc. You know.
Oh, so it wasn't anything in detail, but you just practicing in your free time whenever you get time.
Yeah, it was not in detail, but just practice. As I said, I didn't have a computer, so when I go to the studio, I used to use, you know, Bosekila, a custom studio in Senasbury. I used to use for them computer just to practice stuff and to try things, you know. Okay.
All right. So you mentioned videography.
Yeah.
So how did you make that transition from videography to photography?
At the time, after I do Shakespeare video, right? I will edit it. The transition didn't come exactly the same time, but actually, how it started is when I was at the studio, I get a message on Facebook. A person asked me if I do music. So I was like, yeah man, I do music man. So I say, oh, I know any artists. So basically I say, yeah, I know artists man, but the artist that I know at the time was my community artist. Like you have Shakespeare, you have Zamunda, them, you have people around the cut that the music.
Oh, so you never may I assume at that time Zamunda never boss.
Yeah.
And so these were community artists.
Yeah, these was artists within the community. So so I tell him yes. So the other day this man do not know me from nowhere. You know, send me $40,000 to the Western Union. I remember $40,000 in 2009, 8 around there was a lot of money, right? So when I get the money, the first person I approached was Zamunda. He invites the song, plus me get some other songs with that same $40,000. You understand? And put them on the track and send it to this guy. His name is FYAH. Remember, this is a person that I never meet in my life. You know, so he was from Trinidad, but I think he was in England or Canada at the time going engineering school.
Okay.
So then I send him the music. So when I send him the music now, he said to me, you don't know the bigger artist. I'm like, yeah man, I know a bigger artist, man. But that time I don't know no bigger artist, right? But I have a friend in Kingston. His name was Itis. And his name is Itis. You know, but so I call him and say, yo, never virgin I want some artists, and if I can get some artists on a ring for me. He say, yeah man, come on Kingston. So anyway, I link him back, and the guy said me like 3,000, but 300,000 at the time. I remember I never
300,000.
Yeah, I never meet this man before. I don't know him from nowhere. You remember I follow his story.
Well, but I guess from him send you the 40 and him get more than when him did ask for the 40, you start put some trust in that, you know.
Yeah, he's even trying to put some trust in me. So then me get the money. Remember, I never go Kingston yet, because you know, the only time I go Kingston is when I was young. My father used to bring me to my auntie house to live, to travel, for summer, you know.
Okay, summer holidays.
For summer holidays. So what happened is the only thing I know about Kingston is them say when you travel to Kingston, you can't wear no jewelry, no chain, because them have a cut off and rob that.
Yeah.
So remember, traveling wasn't so easy like now. You have to take a bus from in the bus park, go to downtown Kingston, walk from through the market up to Big Tree.
Yeah.
So I'm at Big Tree now, and I spend like 2 hours at Big Tree, because they must say, no ask nobody ask nobody where you're going, because you don't know. No make them know say you come from Kingston, you know, come from Kingston, and you don't know they might set up a Ferrari and stuff like that. So I spend like 2 hours at the bus terminal place where them people take bus, and it's an old lady me see. I'm say to the old lady, say, miss, I'm going to Avondale, they can't tell me which bus to take. So the lady find the number bus, and I go in that bus. Remember now, I'm not from Kingston, so now.
So hold on, at this point you have the 200,000 cash on you.
Yeah, in the bag.
Serious business, this
2009, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know, me and the boss now, and me no want to ask nobody how much the fare is at the time, because me I say, me no want him to say I'm not from here, you know.
Yeah.
So I just take out the biggest note that I have in that time, which is $1,000. Then you give them the $1,000, then they give back the change, and then you know care how much the fare was at that time. So I come off at the bus stop, I even here. Then my friend meet me there, then I have a blow up the bed now. I sleep there for the night, then from there we go different place where artists was, where Sizzler was, where Turbulence was, where Teflon was, you know. And then we get every music, then I come back down to Ochi now, and then send the file them to my friend who I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I send the file to him now and ask me what I want to return. But at the time, as I said, I shoot a video for Shakespeare. I want a video camera.
Yeah.
You know, as a video camera is what I want. But at the time, the video camera that me want is where me see the lady will shoot my friend video and TVJ man have this big old camera.
This big camera shoulder,
at the time, and I remember card. So he said to me, them then I run the place again, you know. So you what, I go send you a DSLR camera where I use to shoot video and everything these days. I'm see little small camera, I said, but anyway, me take the camera still, and then him send the camera. I go pick up the camera, and then I remember the next day when I wake up, I set up the camera, I go outside, me I take lizard, me I take spider, me I take everything that I can see, leaf and everything, you know. So that was where me find the love and
the photography.
The photography there. And you know, so from there, so it was like a journey for me starting there.
Alright. So to step back a little bit, you mentioned being around Sizzler and those artists at that time. How did it feel coming from country, being around these stars?
You know, as a young youth, I'm always quiet. So everybody know me as a quiet youth. So and I always observe. So just being around them and observe them, and you know, we never was a person really starstruck by seeing other artists. You know, so I always keep my cool. You know, because remember, I used to go to a studio where a lot of artists always
Okay.
come. So used to seeing artists and all these people. It wasn't the first for me. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I grew up around more of a cultural type of artists, Rasta people. You know.
Okay, so you felt at home pretty much
Yeah.
around.
So it was no strange. It was no strange for me.
All right, so seeing now that you got the camera and you say you're taking lizards and things like that, how did you make that transition from doing photography at home to doing events? Was it a case where events was your first option or your first thought, or that was just something that came natural as well?
All right. So how that started is when one of my friend Chingy said to me, "Say let's go on party." You know, there was a party keeping at Alter Beach at the time in Prague. You know, G-Man they keep that event there. And me bring the camera, but me bring the camera just to take pictures with just me and my friends. You know,
Yeah.
never was to take anybody else photo. So G1 see me and say, "Yo, Hardy, take some picture with me and my friend." So I walk out the whole party with him that night, take everybody picture, you know. But at the time, I never have a computer, so I never have no way to store them, and I need the memory card for use. So I go to the studio, upload all of them on Facebook. So when him just to store them, when he asked me where the picture was, I said, I put them on Facebook, you know, because I print pictures, and it was the only place I could have put them where, you know, come and have a computer.
Okay.
So there and then, him tell people where the image was, so people start joining Facebook, people start sending requests, you know, people start searching for them photos, you know, so from there on, it started this traffic. Then I meet Naval at that time, I keep Bubbles at that time and say, "Oh, you can come on my event," you know, stuff like that. So that's where my sister, it was lucrative now when I first get my first $2,000, you know, to take pictures at events, you know. So
All right, so at this time, that means you weren't editing photos.
no, I wasn't editing no
So you
photos.
just take them and just upload.
Yeah, man, trust me, just raw.
So no watermark.
No
or-
watermark, no logo, no nothing, you know, just pop up flash, take image, upload, you know.
All right, working with Naval. You said he was the first promoter to actually book you for an event.
Absolutely, yeah, book me and pay me, yeah, for everything.
Well, I guess we have similar experiences
Yeah.
because Naval was also the first promoter in St. Ann to actually book us and pay us. Well,
Yeah.
we reached out to him and we asked for some pass to just come and work at the event. And to our surprise, after the event, he actually paid us. So, yo, this is for gas and... Because at that time, there wasn't any toll, you know. And I think if no, there wasn't any toll. I think they were working on it, but there wasn't any toll. So Naval was the first person to say, yo, here's some gas money. Check the style. So for all the gears and creative designs and printing, FYAH Factory. Just check them out, the information they're right here. Proud sponsor. After Bubbles, was it a slow transition where you continuously receive bookings, or it took a while to become the norm for St. Ann promoters to book photographers?
Alright. Now what happened right after Bubbles, you know, promoters were close friends in that time. So it led from one promoter at that event, no Naval, at the same event, booked me to come to their event the next day. So it was in Easter when everything was circled, when every event was keeping at once. You know, you have Buddha's Girl, you have Caution, you know, you have so much events. So people saw me at each event and booked me right there and then.
Oh, so you were getting bookings for
other
events while
right,
being at
while
the first
being-
set of events?
Yes. You know,
All right, so how did you transition now from being this person just right? You used to reach out to promoters to get access to events, or
No.
it started with just novel, as I said?
No, the thing is, we never used to reach out to promoters because when photography and social media was starting up, promoters never know what I was really trying to come across with until they see it on social media and then reach out to me. So, because remember, when I was coming about in this field of social media photography, whether through Facebook, whether through any platform, there was there are people before me, but they were more doing website, and a lot of people never have access to phone, browser, internet at that time. But when Facebook they just come out, people have BlackBerry phone, people have those type of phone where they could actually have good access to internet at the time and Facebook at the time. And the website was the hardest thing to load back in those days now. If you go for our website, trust me, I have to wait for about 2 minutes before that website load up. So Facebook platform was very easy and very light for people to access at that time. So it never really given us struggles for people to really find me, to really contact me whether through a medium or whatever, so. And then through BlackBerry, so people pass around a pin and know where to find me too.
All right. So for all those who are watching, I would want you to just give us like a list of events that you would have worked at that they would probably be familiar with.
All right. America Sons, America Frenchmen already, America, majority of the big events them, America Soak, when Street Scale them used to keep Soak, Disneyland, work at like
Drinkers Paradise.
Yeah. So we're a whole heap of event where, can't really say at the bottom of my head, but work a lot.
In recent time, we see where you're doing wedding photography as well. How did that journey begin?
Alright, so wedding photography now, I used to do this weekly thing called Quenches that was keeping on Prairie Beach. So Quenches is like a round robin event, but so much person was in that event. But I actually meet Z Dodger at the time, Jody. At the time I said, I'm gonna go step on a wedding now. And I say, Jody say, you ever do wedding before? I said, no, I never do no wedding before. So she actually kept put me onto a wedding. I'm the first wedding she put me onto. And she just leave me to just do whatever we need to do. She said,
just figure it out. Just figure it out. Yeah.
Just take everything you see. So that day, I remember, I take every single thing I see that day. So I think that day, I take over 2,000 pictures that day, to show you how much image I take. So Jody them was the first to put me on to good weddings, to good destination weddings. So from there, I get my exposure, I get to learn more stuff when it come on to wedding, what to take and what to do and how to structure my thing better. Until a lot of people saw my work online and then just start to ask me questions and queries about how they can book me and what's my service and what's my packages.
All right, you mentioned destination weddings. I have a question about that. But for those who don't know, explain to them what is a destination wedding.
All right, so destination weddings is like people who travel from different countries, different islands to come to Jamaica just to marry, right? So people traveling from all over the world just to come to our little country to see the beauty and just to get married right here, to tie the knots, So,
all right, so weren't you nervous leaving from events to doing destination weddings, not working with Jamaicans who you're probably accustomed to, but working with people from outside of Jamaica?
I wouldn't say nervous because it would be the same experience just like talking to a regular person. Only way, if I would be nervous if it was the first time I'm actually taking photos and do not know how to deal with people.
Okay.
So I know if to talk to people on a regular basis. So because these are things where we talk to friends, talk to people on a daily basis. So the transition wasn't that hard to talk to people, just to talk slower, talk English so they can understand you. So
what you're saying is photography helped with your social skills.
Yeah, it helped me to have patience. One, it helped me to be more aware. It teach me how to deal with people on a regular basis and etc.
All right. So as a Jamaican photographer, what would you say would probably be one of the biggest challenge you would have faced growing in the industry?
So the biggest challenge back then it was access to get like a laptop, you know. So at that time I was using the laptop from the studio, you know. So that was the biggest challenge at that time. But after getting access to a laptop, then everything there flourished for me, you know. So it wasn't that of a struggle.
Looking back to 2009, I don't think photography was probably a highlighted career path. And looking back now, you think it was a huge gamble?
All right. So when I just started, I wasn't even looking at if there was a risk. So it was not even planned like, oh, let me sit down and say, let's try photography. Remember back then, no, the photographers that people know was the man that do instant print, sell it in a little clear plastic.
Or come at your school and take your graduation picture, yeah.
Picture. So it was never looking at like people never look at it like a big profession. And people never look at it like somebody that will look up to me like a doctor or teacher or whatever. But I think I'm one of the person that helped change that game.
Yep.
You know, big difference change that game to let person know that yo, no matter what you do, you just have the ambition in it and just push forward and you can actually become more than what people think of something, you know. So you know, so I like I kinda like that.
Being in the photography industry for over 15 years, tell us some of the places you would have been because of photography.
Wow. Alright. So the first place was to Europe, right? Remember, I usually associate with a lot of artists. So, you know, I travel a lot of places due to I was associated with music. You know,
Yes.
so music have taken me a lot of places too, but the photography make it more easier because people want that niche part to, you know, on tour. So I went to Europe, I went to Slovenia, I went to Slovakia, I went to Austria, you know, I went to Poland, you know, I went to Belgium, you know, I went to Germany, you know, so I think I travel about over 30 countries, you know, so far, different from we go America, you know, stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, so it's nice to know that you can highlight some of these places because a lot of people will look on photography and videography as a career path that is not, as what I said, like a doctor or a teacher or something like that.
Yeah.
And think it don't have any value. So you stating these things can show that there is value in photography and videography. Seeing the advancements of technology with AI, do you think photography is a field that will probably be extinct in the near future?
When you say photography, photography is very wide, you know. So there's no way we would say AI would take over, you know, photography.
All right, let me explain why I said that. Remember, you have generative engines now where you can just type in something and it give you that image, you know. You can type in AUDLEY green smoking and it just give us a picture of you smoking.
Yeah, but if AI doesn't know who is AUDLEY green in the first case, or doesn't even have a photograph of AUDLEY green in the first place, how it gonna know who to generate, you know?
So you're saying that there's still a need for photography and there will still be a need.
There will still be a need for photography because somebody have to take the pictures for it to even go on a system to even can generate that person, you know?
All right, fair enough. All right, how did the pandemic affect you as a photographer and your business?
It mostly affect me on doing traveling or doing weddings. But persons was still getting photography done because, you know, you have birthday. So people cannot go to a party, people can't go do what they feel like to do. So the least thing people could do is really get a photographer, come to them house, you know, take them pictures with a baby maternity, with a birthday pictures. And then, so I say it worked out good for me in the pandemic, you know. So I still have jobs in the pandemic. It might not be as much, but it was flowing. So when it comes to special memory, special moment, I always have that job.
Okay, so there was an increase as it relates to baby showers, small weddings like the RGD weddings and things like that, but the big scale events.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to young photographers in the business looking to reach at a level like where you are, or they might even see other photographers, but give them some advice.
The advice I would give to these young photographers is you must have patience, you know, take your time to learn your craft, you know. Don't just get a camera and head out there because you can make multiple mistake that way. So it's best for them to take them time, know them craft, know what they want to do, know the area that they want to establish in, and go for it. But I think so, go as hard as them can go for it. There's no limit when it comes to photography. You can do so much things when it comes to just that field alone. So not just those weddings, not just those shoots, but on a sports level, on an international level, you can take them wide.
All right, so some people might not know this, but at one time I said they record music.
As I say back then I wanted to be an artist back then, but I'm afraid them we can't be artists. Somebody have to do the production side, somebody have to do the videography side, somebody have to do each side. So I choose a side where I think I like for myself too. So and it worked out for me. So that's the side I stick to. So,
all right, cool, fair enough. All right, so now we at this point. 10 jar. So all you need to do is pick 10 pieces of paper from this jar. It contains questions and this and that scenarios. All you need to do is answer at least 8 to 10 questions because you only get 2 passes. So you're only allowed to pass 2 of the questions. For example, if you should pick a piece of paper that says black or white, you have to select a color. And it's that simple. Let's go. Alright, so you don't hear the rules and everything. So now we're going to go through and answer them. Alright, we're going to see what go on.
Alright, so it said create a bedtime story about rebellious sock who refused to stay in the jar. In the jar, right?
Yeah.
Sock, bedtime sock. That's a sock so you put your foot. Alright. So once upon a time, there was the socks. But these socks now don't want to stay in the place where they stay. So each night this little boy go to sleep. He will wake up in the morning to see the socks on his foot. But to himself, he must say, but we never wear socks. Guy in bed last night. So now, he might wonder if he might hallucinate or maybe in the put on a socks. So the other night he went back to bed and pretend like he was sleeping. But while he pretended that he was sleeping, he heard noise. Then he saw that the jar was opening, so he was peeping under him sheet. Then he see the sock jump out. He was wondering if the socks is alive or if there was a ghost taking up the socks and put on his feet. Right? So there and then, that's the story.
So that's all like something happened to you before. You don't know how you come up with that.
No, happened to me before, If alien visited Earth and demanded a talent show, what would your winning act be?
Yo, photographing in this, we can tell you that straight. So you can't take no picture and no editing or no.
Singing man, when I sing man. When I sing for them.
Yo, give a piece of it that sing for them.
I'm not sing now, I'm not sing now, but I do singing still.
Alright, next one now.
We not just them, not just friends. Yeah. I was gonna say, create a jingle for a product that doesn't exist but should. Create a jingle for a product that doesn't exist but should exist. But should.
The simple, just think about your problem where you have and just create a product to fix that problem.
Alright.
Remember, you have two pass too, you know.
Yeah, man. Fast. Faster. Then question why you're so deadly. Alright. Brother, the question, he come back in a spear. The first question, man. We say, let me see.
Remember, two pass you get, you know, so you know, so you have to answer everything else.
Alright. If your pet started a band, what would they name it and what genre would they play? Alright.
First, you have to know what kind of pet still.
No dog, man. Yeah. It would name rough. Yeah, the band would name rough. rough. And the genre would have be reggae music, man.
It's a roof reggae band.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, I think this is so long. Alright. Rain or sun? Rain or sun? I like both of them still, you know. But I guess I have to pick one, no?
Mm-hmm.
I like the sun because rain fall. Work not to go on in a rain, you know.
Alright, so your money have to make.
Money have to make. So this one say ackee and saltfish are jerk chicken. Ackee and saltfish, man. Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Anybody know me knows yo.
I want a long question.
Every day.
If you were a detective solving a crime in Kingston, who would be the prime suspect?
Don't ask me what kind of crime. You are creating a scenario.
Excellent. But anyway.
Yeah, but how we catch the suspect if the suspect don't have a name?
Oh,
You know, make it stay. The X them.
Yeah. Invent a dance move inspired by your favorite childhood cartoon character. Favorite childhood cartoon character. I try to maybe watch cartoon a little bit better. Invent a dance move inspired by my favorite cartoon character. No, I never really watch cartoon a little bit still.
Man, wicked.
No.
You never watch like Papa Bear.
You see that? That's what them the things them.
When name Ace and the Wheel Warriors.
Brother, I don't know that either. It's never used to be outside. Remember these kids them stay inside these days now. Outside we usually play.
Where Kung Fu Jackie Chan cartoon name?
I don't know that either.
With Uncle.
Jackie Chan cartoon.
Yeah.
You know that fear? I don't know that either. So I tell you, whenever you go outside of that, next period tell you, every day we have
One to Tom and Jerry.
One to Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
You must know Tom and Jerry, but I'm a cartoon we usually watch.
And Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah man, we need a dance move. A Tom and Jerry or a Bugs Bunny or something.
Yeah, maybe well. That's funny still. Yeah. Dance move.
Alright people, I just say I'm not a dance move away from no cartoon. Him never watch cartoon as a child. I be a picture I used to take as a child.
Outside. We never play, we never have no tablet and everything. Outside, right?
No, brother.
Sightings and everything.
The time where we grew up, yo, tablets never exist.
That's actually nothing that like this.
We grew up in a blessed time still, cause
you know?
Nowadays them kids don't even know about box truck, marble.
Yeah.
But that is part of life, so you have to just share the history with them, make them know what go on still. Alright, so we're almost at the end of our next episode, but first we want AUDLEY you to just plug the business page so you can know where to go and see some of his work or even book him for a session.
Well, first, you can check out my website, audleygreen.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Jamaican underscore photography underscore or Audley Green on Instagram. You know, you can find me on Twitter, Audley Green. So it's Audley Green straight across the board, you know.
There's no longer any Twitter, you know.
X.
X.
Yeah, X.
You may have to break the thing properly, you know. X.
Yes, X. So you can find me on all of the major platforms. You know, check my work. You can even Google me. So Google me and come up. Full page. Audley Green.
A big talk the man making up. Google me. Alright people, so that was our next episode of 10 Startup to Success, and this was Audley Green. See you again soon forward.
Live Fast Jamaica.